Okay, so let me get started. AI in product management itself is a very big market. If we see the artificial intelligence market as per Statista, it will take in 2030 $1 trillion USD. And currently it is valued as $222 billion USD in 2025. So we know that today each and every industry is affected in the good or bad sense of AI, and product management is not an exception. We have today the speakers who are from different industries. So I will first introduce Vipin Tyagi. He is the senior product manager in tech, working with Amazon. We then have Bhavya Jha. She is the product manager in InBev. We have Pratik Roy. He is from Senior Product Management, Landmark Group, Dubai. We have Abhijith Arkalgud, Associate Director of Product, Zeta. And we have Abhishek Chopde, AI Product Manager, ServiceNow. So we have a pretty good mix of B2C. We have Zeta, we have InBev, we have Amazon, again B2B and B2C, and then Landmark Group is it's B2C. And ServiceNow, you know that they are also into the space of the product management, and we will listen to some interesting things that Abhishek is doing because he is currently building Gen AI platform, and whereas Vipin is working on the chatbot side of it, is more on the customer support. So I would be the moderator for today. Let me go and introduce Bipin. Bipin, please also raise your hand and just say hi. Bipin Tyagi is a senior product manager at Amazon with over 16 years of experience, including 9+ years in product management. He currently leads AI/ML driven initiatives in workforce management, and at the same time, he is also building scalable platforms that support over 100,000 associates globally. Prior to Amazon, Bipin led IoT product development for OpenText, where he helped reduce supply chain losses through real-time analytics and drove smart device strategies at Susken. An alumnus of IIM Calcutta, he is also an active mentor and speaker in the product management community. Please give Vipin Tyagi a big round of applause, all the audience and our other speakers. Moving to the next one, that's Bhavya Jha. Bhavya Jha is a dynamic product manager with a strong foundation in software development and over 9 years of experience driving impactful digital solutions. Bhavya has worked across industries like ERP, loyalty, and manufacturing, delivering products at scale and bridging business goals with technology. She is passionate about building customer-centric platforms and thrives on data-driven decision-making. She is an ex-Geo, SAP, and she is also an XLRI alumni. So please give Bhavya Jha a big round of applause. And Kavya is also running this poll for all of you, audience. I would really love to have your interaction over the poll. What do you think? And we would definitely, have some more questions on those lines. But before we get into the other speakers, any kind of expectation that you have from this conclave, please do write us on the chat and we will pick it up from there shortly. I am now moving to Pratik Ray. Pratik Ray, as I said, he is an accomplished product expert with over a decade of experience driving innovation and growth across e-commerce, retail, supply chain, omnichannel, and analytics domains across industry stalwarts like Amazon, Flipkart, and Reliance. Currently, he is working as a senior product manager at Landmark Group, focusing on the strategic growth of e-commerce and innovative omni-channel customer experience. Prior to Landmark, he has worked in cutting-edge supply chain and order management technologies to drive innovation, optimization, efficiency, and excellence at Flipkart and also at Amazon. Going to my next speaker, Abhijith Arkalgud. Abhijith is a seasoned professional with 14 years of experience spanning engineering and product leadership. He currently serves as an associate director at Zeta Suite, where he leads the development of next generation banking infrastructure, including Tachyon Credit and OmniStack credit card processing platform. I'm not sure whether you have heard of it, but Abhijith would be talk more about this while we go through his experience. Before stepping into his current product leadership role in the banking and fintech domain, Abhijit served as an engineering manager in the aviation sector. So we have speakers today, across different industry experience. So please leverage the experience. And prior to that, he began his career as a full stack developer in the telecom industry. He holds a master degree from BITS Pilani, which complements his diverse industry experience with a strong academic foundation in technology and systems thinking. My last speaker, and then I will introduce myself, Abhishek Chopde. He's the principal product manager. Abhishek, Bhavya, Pratik, Vipin, Abhijith, please all of you turn on your camera and say hi to the audience. You can also write it on the chat and you can, welcome the audience. Abhishek Chopra is the principal product manager on Jane AI platform at ServiceNow. He is an ex-Google, ex-ZS, ex-IIT Bombay, and he is an AI specialist. Abhishek Chopra is he is working where he's spearheading the development of no-code, low-code experiences that empower enterprises to create AI-based automation. His prior experience at Google involved leading teams and driving strategic initiatives, including global scaling of high-quality leads framework and significantly impacted business growth and product activation. He has a strong background in leveraging data and technology to drive product success and has experience in training and mentoring on product-related strategies. Abhishek holds an MBA in marketing and strategy from SJM SOM IIT Bombay and an engineering degree, blending deep technical understanding with strategic product vision. With that, I go to my introduction. I am currently working as a CMO of an AI and cybersecurity company called QNU Labs, and I am also an advisor and a board of the mentor for various universities and various startups focusing on social impact, renewable tech. I am an independent director, a TEDx speaker. I have been working in various large Fortune 500 companies like Dell EMC, HP, Oracle, Ericsson, and Intuit. I have managed more than 10 plus global product launches. I have been the recipient of multiple awards, both globally and locally. Recently being the Top Power Mentor Award 2025, coaching and mentoring 15,000 professionals in product management, AI, technical, product marketing, growth marketing. And I have been teaching in IIT Bombay. I am from IIM Calcutta. I have been a teaching faculty for Institute of Product Leadership, and with EduinX, we have come forward and crafted a course specifically designed for you as an audience in AI in product management, so that you get all the skills that is necessary for you to, shine in your job, whatever the job you are doing, or if you are in the career transition, or if you are in the entry, mid, or at a senior level, this course has been crafted for you. So with that, I really want to also mention that I have been also awarded as top 250 global marketeers, top 10 marketing leaders in 2022, women executive year power of the award in 2021, and women of substance in 2024 and 2025. So in today's session, you will be learning the following. You will learn how AI is reshaping the product workflows. You will also learn the product lifecycle management as a core concept and what are these product veterans are doing on the product lifecycle management. You will also get an insight on how AI as a use case in various product lifecycle management is being used, and you will get an opportunity to network with us during this session, and even after the session, you will be receiving all the LinkedIn profiles of ours, and please stay connected and ask questions if you have. Okay, so now let me go and see what kind of chat. I already see there are 10 chats. Let's see what kind of questions that you have. I already answered for Jitangshu. Okay, I see. Maybe in future, have a few slides to introduce each other's of the, yeah, we can do that. But today, it's PowerPoint is backdated because AI has come. You can get everything within a few seconds. So we don't want to spend things which is outdated, right? We are the cool edge professionals and we want to portray like that, right? So with that, I would say good suggestions, but we will be doing something innovative. Okay, looking forward to all of you. I will now start with our, the key session on this. Going to Vipin or maybe Bhavya, I will have you, Bhavya, first. Bhavya comes across with a very good experience in the overall product lifecycle management. And I really want to understand, Bhavya, your journey transitioning from a software developer to product manager. Can you walk us through your transition overall and what motivated that shift? Go ahead,
Yeah,
Bhavya.
absolutely, absolutely. Hello, everyone. Hi, Bhavya here. A quick background for my career. I started off as an engineer. I am an engineer at core. Worked as a software developer with SAP Labs for 5 years or so, and then transitioned into product management. How that transition happened was as a software developer, generally your outlook is more towards implementation, getting things done. So a backlog comes to you which tells you this is what needs to be done, and as a developer you figure out how that happens. So that was my area of expertise for a very long time. And one of the products that I was working on, which was developed like years ago, and they didn't have the developer who developed it and required a compliance development or so. That was a request that came in from a German client, and that was the first time I got to interact with the customer in a call directly with the customer, with the product manager and the product owner also being there. So that was my first exploration into the field of product management, and that fascinated me. So I had never, as it was early on in my career, I had never thought about why we are doing something, what impact does that create, what happens if that is not done, and what all differently can be done. So those discussions made me really curious about what happens before something comes to a developer and after the implementation as well, the feedback, the kind of impact that it has brought. So that interested me. I then the movement into product management also took some time. I took some time to shadow my product owner, my product manager, be there with them. I then realized that to completely move into the new domain of product management, I need to get more knowledge. For that, I completed my MBA from XLRI Jamshedpur, which was really an eye-opening in terms of perspectives. We do not have a lot of perspectives when working only as a developer. So that's how I moved into it, and since then there has been a lot of experience that I've had in this domain as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Bhavya. I think those who are into software development and you think that product management is your next shift, you are definitely thinking in the right direction. And Bhavya is one of those persons who has done it successfully. And even Abhijith is there. There are many other audiences, I'm sure, who has moved from software development to product management, and it is not a wrong decision at all. So please get in touch with Bhavya. We are also putting those LinkedIn profiles for you so that you can ask more questions on and offline. I will now move to Vipin Tyagi. Hey Vipin, so knowing that you are building something, in the customer support, and you have been working with many of these professionals earlier as well in open text and right now in the workforce management. So how AI is being used in building customer-centric chatbots to enhance customer service?
Hey, hi everyone. Thanks Sudip for this question. I'm working with Amazon, right? And Amazon is known for the customer service. We work backward from our customer, and the whole intent of Amazon is to provide a delightful customer experience. And that makes the customer service one of the most challenging department within Amazon. I'm part of a team that is building in-house workforce management product, enabling the chatbots, connecting the right associate for your problem. And when you try to reach out to Amazon, there are like multiple channels, either phone, either email, or you have chat. So in the live channels, we are moving towards the chatbot. Live channels means the phone and the chat. And we ensure that you have somebody responding to you within 60 seconds for phone, within 30 seconds for chat, somebody handling your uh, query at Amazon. So from the AI perspective, what we need to understand from a customer is the intent of the customer. Why somebody is reaching out? What is the problem they are facing? We have your order history, we have your previous complaints whenever you reached out, and any complaint is a defect in service, defect in product. So how to ensure that we minimize that churn between the customer and Amazon? So we are like moving from the traditional methods where you have dedicated associates working using the chatbots. And we started experimenting last year about this one. And a percentage of volume is going through the chatbots. You might not be able to see it, but it's happening in the background, right? So what is different in chatbot from a human is the important part is understanding the intent. Second part is contextualization based on the history, based on the issue the customer faced earlier, and then using the large language models here to provide a delightful experience. Nothing come fancy here. You have your own challenges. When I say your own challenges, chatbot can be messy many a times because like we started building it, we started training the models. And initial phase, we had the complaints like chatbot is going round and round. You keep giving some queries, chatbot is responding something, you ask the follow-up query. So at what point of time you will define it that I need to move out of chatbot now and I need a real human intervention. So that was one of the initial challenge what we faced. Another was the first contact resolution, which is FCR in call center world. Like, can chatbot solve a problem in one go, or the person need to reach out again because chatbot was not able to solve the problem? What is the average handle time for a chatbot versus a human? So we defined the metrics when we started incorporating the AI chatbots in Amazon. What is the bot containment rate? Like how many contacts can be handled by bots independent of a human intervention? So when we started working on the chatbot, all metrics we defined, then we defined the success. When we say that, let's say, are we able to reduce the average handle time for a customer? Earlier customer was spending 10 minutes talking to a human or doing a chat with a human. Can my AI do it in 9 minutes or 8 minutes, right? If I'm not able to reduce that time, it's a effort or it's a cost to Amazon. Because we may feel like you go to any of the LLM models, you type any query, but there is a whole lot of hardware running behind, the software running behind. It comes with a cost, right? So delighting the customer and not increasing the cost is something what we wanted to go for it. So we define the guardrails, we define the metrics, and our goal is that by the end of this year, hopefully around 50% of the context would be handled through the chatbots independently in Amazon.
Great. Thank you so much, Vipin. I think, yes, one of the early use cases for AI was, the automating the chatbot. Yes, we did go through those frustrating moments. We have been asking and AI is giving something else, but we do see that now AI can
Yep.
understand the natural language processing. It helps you to when to connect and make the shift from an AI agent to a human agent. And there has been a recent experiment. I remember it a Google, one of the events that I attended. It was helping you to, whatever the live question that has been asked, the person is a B2C, they want to buy some gardening equipment, and AI is asking a
Mhm.
lot of questions, which is the right question to ask before. And that person was also looking for, can I get some discount because your competitor, I have already gone to competitor site and they are giving 50% discount. And it immediately does the intelligence. It then connects to the human agent and say that this person is ready to buy but looking for 50% discount. What is the best we can do? And the AI agent finally gives a 20% discount, also gives some additional training and additional component attached to it so the customer feels happy. So the level of chatbot improving the experience of the human people who are asking the question and trying to get a satisfaction, the journey throughout B2B or a B2C domain or on any website, it has moved. And definitely, as Vipin said, that 50% of the things that can be still improved with the less time, but having higher satisfaction, but using those increasing set of data models that we are using, or it is running at the the back. That is definitely something, a challenging task to do. Thank you so much, Vipin. I am now moving to Abhijith. Before that, there is an interesting statistics that I really want to tell you, that couple of cases where we see the current key trend in AI product management are the following. And please make a notebook available for you so that you can make a note, or if you can, register in your brain. The first thing, the market intelligence, because AI today, all these machines, the Perplexity, you take Claude, you take DeepSeek, but again, it's a Chinese app. I'm not very confident. The all the info war and the things that cyber breaches, that is going to how easy or how confident we should use this Chinese applications. I am still having a lot of questions, but overall market intelligence is one part that AI has definitely made a huge transformation. And the second thing is anything to help you take the right strategic decision, identify the right product management strategy, doing the A/B testing and the experimentation, moving or automating your workflow, and also at the same time gathering feedback as you start building the product, and when you have shipped it and you still gather the feedback so that you can identify the roadmap for the next step. These are some of the popular use cases where AI is coming up. And there is a
Yep.
role that is continuously evolving from a product manager to a AI product manager. So please,
Yep.
AI is no longer it's not a luxury, it's a sanity. Everybody
Yeah.
expects you should know the AI tools, you should be using the AI tools more efficiently, do more with less. So with that, I will now go to my next speaker, Abhijith Arkalgud. Hey, Abhijith, I know that you have disrupted from aviation to banking and fintech, and you have also worked in telecom. So currently, in the credit card tracking and credit that you are currently building, AI in banking and fintech solutions, your expertise. Can you tell me that how is AI transforming products in banking and fintech, particularly in enhancing user experience and operational efficiency? Over to you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Glad to see you everyone here today. So before I take up this answer, I would just wanted to say that don't fix yourself to a domain, right? It is always easier to adopt. It's always good to learn new things, and that has been my journey too. Started with telecom, moved to aviation, and finally settled with banking. And incidentally, I was very averse of credit cards when I started my career in 2011. I was scared to have credit cards, and incidentally now I'm building a system which is implementing credit cards. That's the irony of life in some sense. Moving on to the question itself, Siddhartha, historically banking has been that domain where you saw a lot of transformation, a lot of changes when computer science came in. I think we all remember the stories, right? Where you always used to have a ledger book, people used to enter your transactions manually, and that was replaced by computers and systems later on, right? And that is no change for AI as well. AI will probably transform banking and fintech even more than we have imagined. The reasons for this is primarily being context aware, right? I think we've been also touched upon that. AI's real capability is about it being aware of the context, the intent, about how the overall ecosystem is not just that particular transaction data, right? So with this, there'll always be a lot of use cases coming around consumer banking, which is enhancing the consumer experience, ensuring they have the right information right at the right moment, and so on. And apart from this, there'll also be a lot of changes on the operational efficiency. The reason we say that is typically the back office operations that happens today, the compliance and everything that happens behind the scenes. The banks today have a big set of people working on these use cases, and AI definitely has a big role to play because again being context aware, being able to ask or interact with the system in a natural language is going to be a crucial advantage to reform these domains of mind. Thank you.
Thank Thank you so much, Abhijith. I think context aware and don't fix yourself. These are my two key things that I would also love to give this to our speaker, the other speakers, and also the audiences today. I'm now going to Pratik. Pratik, as I already mentioned, he is working in Landmark and he is an ex-Amazon and Flipkart. So Pratik, let's talk about your retail experience where you have used AI and how you have enhanced the customer experience in Landmark Group that you are working, be it retail operations, efficiency, or in a typical e-commerce platform. Over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Udita. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming on a Saturday, on a weekend, on this forum, and good to connect with you. I think Abhijith and Vipin touched upon the point, right? Context is the biggest point of substance here, right? So just to touch upon a brief background, right? What does AI do? It just replicates human intelligence in a faster manner. It replicates whatever it knows, right? And whatever it could know in a faster and in an efficient manner. So objectives of AI are reasoning, problem solving, perception, and analyzing data broadly, right? So from that context, from a customer experience lens, right? Broadly, all of us come across e-commerce websites in our daily lives. But where the initiation starts from an experience is less seen and less known, right? And that is during content creation, the product that you see on an e-commerce platform. Now, during that stage, a lot of shoot, reshoot, enrichment happens, which all of us are not aware. So when you search for a black party wear with polka shades, the e-commerce site needs to know that it is a party wear, it has polka shades, its collar type, its fit type. That's the content enrichment that happens. And that is being used everywhere for search, for recommendation, for your marketing feeds, for your social media feeds, everywhere. So that's where the true beginning of AI comes into the picture, right? Next, and there's a big work happening on that phase. Next, you touch AI when you see the filters, the facets, the navigation, how you come across in your journey. If a lady has to buy a blue midi dress, sleeve length, with cut neck, how does the lady reach to that dress? Whether it is search, whether it is navigation, whether it is banners, whether it is filters, facets, how do the person come across the real intended product, adds to the basket, and completes the journey? That's where the entire AI customization happens. If you see a true e-commerce, the filters are very different for every customer. The facets are very different for every customer. The results that you get from a banner are very different for every customer. So that's the second touch point that you have. Next is the new technologies that we have in terms of optimization, your conversational search, voice search, AI powered visual or image search, the entire recommendation part, how the recommendation happens depending in season, in session, or out of session, right? So if you search a particular, if you look a particular product in your session, whether do you get relevant products on your directed position in the same session or in the next session, is also powered by AI and the quantum of the compute that is being used by AI. I think Vipin mentioned a lot about customer service. It's one of the biggest places, and there's a big revolution on that. We started off with basic recurring neural networks where we used to give basic questions that come back. It used to come back with a response, right? Then we came into a design where convoluted neural networks were developed, where you give a question, it comes with relevant documents, with relevant context from that with the results. So then comes pricing and the promotions, right? Every Indian customer or every APAC customer, I would say, is price sensitive. All of us love good deals. All of us love good product. I would say good product at a better deal. So this is one of the biggest space where in session pricings are coming into the picture. Previously, we have heard about a customer seeing a product different during season, off season, different times of the day during the search, right? Now there's a part that a team that is working on depending upon what is the intent to buy the product. E-commerce channels can actually price the product. So when you go through the journey, we or the e-commerce companies actually are gauging you what is your propensity to buy in that journey, depending upon your past purchases, depending upon your past baskets, all of them. Pricing changes on that, promotion changes on that. So we are in a very hyper looped, hyper sensitized, and hyper personalized world where pricing plays a very incremental and a very strong role. And the last part is the checkout. We eventually will come across when you can do a one-step checkout. You log in and you check out there. Right now we have moved from a 4-step, 5-step checkout to a 3-step checkout. So there are sessions, there are things that are coming in, and trust me, that is the biggest lever. If any company can do a one-step checkout, and their what I'll say conversion percentage improves by 1%, it's millions and billions of dollars. So this is broadly from an entire journey. How you come, how you interact, and how you end up buying broadly. There are multiple facets of the entire e-commerce AI touch points, which we'll touch next. But broadly, this is what an AI does from a customer experience on the platform perspective.
Thank you so much, Pratik. I think those who are from retail or want to take a career in the retail domain, I think this is a very valuable insight, because understanding that where all customers is interacting and knowing their behavior, knowing what is their propensity to buy, and right from the journey, if buying to till the conversion or the checking out, if you can improve any of this part, and it actually improves in your conversion by X%, as Pratik said. I would now move to Abhishek. Abhishek is currently building the GenAI platform in ServiceNow. So Abhishek, would you like to share that how should one start learning generative AI for practical decision making?
Yes. So basically, many of us like Abhijith, Bhavya spoke about their career transitions, and it is very similar journey for me. I started as an electronics engineer by training. I worked in DRDO. Then I moved to software space. There I was building software for TCS and then ZS Associates. Then after that, I did my MBA and started as a marketing professional in Google, and then moved to product management in Google. And eventually now I'm shifting to complete field of Gen AI on product management. So in terms of doing this, a lot of the avenues of self-learning have changed over these all transitions. So currently learning Gen AI is like a very big topic, and you will see that there are so many people out there just selling courses nowadays on AI, and it's very difficult for a beginner to really understand how do they learn about Gen AI, specifically if they want to learn it for their job transition, if they want to learn it for just using at their work currently. If you are already a product manager and you want to learn Gen AI enough to bring it into your products, I think a lot of those journeys will look very different. But broadly, I think it's very important to differentiate between two aspects of Gen AI. One is the very technical, that how Gen AI, how LLM models work, and how do they, what is the behind the scenes of the decision making that happens in the model. So that will lead you to like benchmarking, that will lead you to identifying transformers, that will lead you to ML math and all of that, which is great to learn if that is relevant to your work. But beyond those things don't usually enable you to take good business decisions on where to apply Gen AI. Like Pratik just walked us through journey of a retail client. That is a fantastic way to think about it, right? This is what my customer journey currently looks like. And then I need to know where I can use Gen AI to actually reduce this journey from 5-step process to 2-step process, right? So using that kind of a thing, I think it's very important to see outside in perspective. And for that, the knowledge that you require on Gen AI is more about use cases, is more about understanding where it applies, understanding the limitations. So starting with something like a prompt engineering really helps you to understand what a Gen AI can do and cannot do. Many people are still living in like this hype bubble where they feel that Gen AI can do any automation that they can imagine. And that is not absolutely true. We are not there yet. And it's very important to differentiate that what is the art of possible with Gen AI and what is not possible. That starts from your prompt engineering, and you can just go in all these tools which are now freely available. You can experiment with your prompts. You can try to see where Gen AI starts giving wrong answers. You can start to understand where it is giving you very reliable answers. Once you get a sense of that, then you start exploring the ecosystem of tools around Gen AI. Like what are the kind of tools and constructs within Gen AI? Like what are AI agents? How do you think about tools? How do you integrate different APIs with Gen AI? And how do you actually think about like connected ecosystem on Gen AI? This will give you idea of what data Gen AI is able to handle, what it takes to actually process the data using any LLM model, and what kind of output you can expect. So this is something which will save you a lot of time, because once you enroll for any course on Gen AI, it is very likely to take you to all of the basics and advanced stuff together. And it becomes very difficult to understand that which part of it is actually applicable for your job and which part is not. So that way, I think it's very important to be really focused with your time and be really focused with your attention on why you are learning Gen AI and what you really want to get from it.
Correct. I can't agree more. I think a couple of insights that Abhishek shared and every one of you as also on the speaker panel. One is the knowing the intent, knowing the objective, who is the audience, and use your prompt engineering very efficiently, that what you are really looking at, what is the output that you are there for you, and it is a chain. Prompt engineering has to be just don't give one prompt. You also have to experiment, because AI at every point also asks, is this feedback useful? Do you want me to do this? And you should be giving a thumbs up, or you should kind of revise that, okay, this is good, but how about, did you also look at it? This is what is called chain of prompt engineering. And this is very important, whether you are at your I think some of the audience has already mentioned they are doing quality space, they are into different other space, they want to know what kind of benchmarking site, Abhishek, you are using, because you talked about benchmarking the LLMs inputs and the output side of it. The basic is the prompt engineering. You need to be very clear. The way you talk to your parents, your student, your son, daughter, your family, your friend, it is exactly that you talk. And couple of things that are shifting right now. I think you should know that, one of the very, very important space that today the disruption cycles are accelerating. So there is an interesting study that Standard & Poor 500, they are the benchmark when they evaluate a particular customer account. I mean, Google or Microsoft, any mid-size or a startup, and they have their evaluation criteria that whether they come into that Standard & Poor top 500, companies or not. So they have seen that an average lifespan of a company has dropped from 61 years in 1958 to less than 18 years today, from 61 to 18 years, with AI-driven disruption speeding up across industries. There is another very important part, that advancement in AI will allow smaller, leaner team, because one AI agent is equal to one resource. So this is where you see that there are some, the layoff is happening, but also at the same time, knowing AI, you can actually get an opportunity to a new job market where these skills are very much needed. And it is also a good skill gap that we have identified, not just in India, but also globally. So this is why, people have to use AI so that they can do their job enhancement. They can also do their, yeah, I think someone was talking about some of the things. Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, so, okay, so if there is no comment, so it is reshaping the way traditional product management roles and the workflows used to happen. I will go with that to my next question. I'm going back to Vipin. So now let's talk about in the product lifecycle management as a concept, right? What are the
Mhm.
tools that you use to measure user experience? Any AI tools specifically that you would like to take the name or give examples?
So a couple of things, right, we do at Amazon to measure the customer experience. There are few metrics. I think those will remain same irrespective of the AI or not AI. One
Right.
is your CSAT score, right? Your NPS. Those will remain same. But as I was talking about it earlier, we added the additional guardrails around AI, where FCR, the bot containment rate, we tried started measuring. There are few tools like Amazon Connect has a tool called Amazon Connect Lens. It helps you understand the real time or the post call sentiment analysis, and where you try to understand the sentiment of the customer during the call or after the call. We also have some metrics for associates, right? So it's not just AI chatbots are helping the end customer. We have we are trying to improvise on the experience for customer service associates also. What it mean, right? It's like we have a principle. If we have happy customer service associates, those will provide a happy experience to the end customer. Now, to improve on the life of a customer service associate, we have built again AI-based kind of, you can say, like they log into their screen where they're taking the calls. Amazon Call Center, AC3 is the name, Amazon Call Center Manager. And on
Hmm.
the screen, as they start listening to the customer or having the chat, we start suggesting that what is coming up, how to handle that query, all the backend data, using the AI to empower your associates. So by building that, what we are doing is like you are talking about just measuring the experience, right? But before that, like how it's being done, the use of AI outside the chatbot, and then we go ahead, even the measure the efficiency of associates using certain metrics. So from the operational perspective, using AI is like more Amazon contact, connect contact lens, heartbeat, fast contact resolution, handle time, bot containment rate. Another metric that we measure very critically is the service levels, like how quickly we can respond to the customer query. So these are the few things what we are doing from Amazon perspective to have a better experience for the customers. From product manager perspective, we use Amazon Q, we use to even like write docs or helping us in some kind of analysis. Earlier, what was happening, right? Just to simplify the life of operations manager, they were managing the schedules for associates, and Amazon has 50,000 internal associates currently. 50,000 are kind of outsourced. They were uploading the schedules using Excel, creating in Excel. Every reason have a lot of guys doing all this juggling around, right? You use a AI-based tool, take the preference of the associates, provide what they need for. Again, very simple use cases, but delighting the customer service associates, ultimately leading to the better customer experience. So this is what some of the initiatives we are currently being working at Amazon.
Thank you so much. We only have 15 minutes. I would really request our rest of the speaker to be giving crisp response and spending 1 minute so that we can have more and more questions for the audience to know and also get answer. So I'm going to Bhavya. Bhavya, how important do you think is the technical knowledge for a product manager and how much is enough?
Yeah, I saw a couple of questions from on the chat as well. People asking about their previous experience in either quality or operations and stuff. So if this has to be taken as a yes or no, technical knowledge is very important, and we can't run away from it because, like everybody has given examples here, you open any e-commerce site, you're surrounded by AI. Your chatbots, you're surrounded by AI. Your banking and financials, you have AI, and any other technology also, if and when that comes into picture. So you can't run away from it, you'll have to learn that. But that also does not mean that if you don't have a degree in it, if you don't have a backing of education in it, you can't get into it. Like Abhishek was talking about prompt engineering, it's a very simple place to start your involvement in technology with regards to AI. And there can be a different starting point for different technologies here. What's important is you not being intimidated about it, you not being afraid to be the the stupid one or the dumb one in the room. Ask questions. You have your allies in the engineering team, you have your allies in the data science team, you have your allies in the AI team who are actually working on the core of things. So it's okay to ask questions, it's okay to learn on the go in the work, but the willingness to learn, not running away from it, that's a very important step to have. You'll have to start someday, that day be today. So I would say, don't need a technological background, but you do need a technological understanding, especially because as maybe if you're involved in product management or any role around product management, you'll be the one making decisions, and it's important to know what is impacting that decision for you to make a good decision. So it's nice to have that knowledge, it's nice to have that backing, and start afresh on that if that's the case.
Great. Thank you so much, Bhavya. Moving to Abhijit. Abhijit, talking about AI and product strategy, what's your take? How do you use this, and in Zeta or maybe in your previous experience, if you would like to talk and share with audience?
Sure, sure. See, product strategy is a very, very broad topic, right? The main intent of product strategy is to have a successful product. That being that, uh, the first field wherein AI definitely helped during product strategy was competition analysis. You have a lot of disparate data, you have a lot of data available in the internet, where people used to spend a lot of time assimilating that, finding out these sources and building or identifying what this competition does better or does not do well. That is something that is very fast and well done using AI. It kind of structures the data, it gives you a response in the way that you can easily digest and move. The second thing for product strategy is around data driven decision making, right? Product strategy typically were based on instincts and certain assumptions and presumptions and so on. But if you're able to back these intuitions with the data, I think you'll have a much better product strategy. The third aspect I would like to touch upon today is fail fast. I think all of us heard about fail fast product strategy in the past, right? Do you know why it has kind of reduced in recent times? There were probably two reasons for it, right? One is saying failing itself was being treated as a success, which is one part of it. The second thing was the amount of time available for product strategy was quite less in fail fast, and you definitely ended up being sloppy. You definitely ended up being making a lot of assumptions. Fail fast with AI could make a turn, come back, meaning you will definitely able to iterate quicker. You will definitely be able to check what happens in a much quicker way, right? So I think in these areas for product strategy, AI will definitely have a big role to play.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Abhijit. I'm going now to Abhishek. Abhishek, the next question that is because ServiceNow and all your previous experience mostly in the enterprise, how do you see that AI is taking up or picking up in the enterprise segment?
Thank you for that question. I think in the enterprise section, there is a big gradient where some companies are really enthusiastic about AI, and some companies are really nervous about AI. So you will see that depending on which company in the enterprise space you are interacting with, they have their own excitement and reservations for AI. While there is one spectrum of excitement and reservation, there is other spectrum of actual capability of handling AI use cases. And that is a work in progress, I would say. I have interacted with hundreds of enterprise companies in past 2-3 years on Gen AI implementations. Some places I see that leadership wants to do AI, but they don't really know how to deliver AI products. In many cases, we see that leadership has spent a lot of time learning AI, but they have not spent time recruiting the right team members and right talent to actually drive AI in their organization.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you so much. I think just want to add what Abhishek also said. We interviewed 500 plus product leaders, including Accenture, Google, Amazon, CTS, even the Oxford University, MIT, from Shorter Loop. And what we really see is not any of the leaders today is using AI in product lifecycle management fully. Some of the other components had been automated, and they are still using the other cases where as a use case to see how efficiency, how correction that can be done. And because look, AI, when you are using, there is a lot of hardware and also the data computing speed. So it is actually adding to your CO2. It's not good for the environment. Okay. So we really need to see where AI can be used, because if you are not really using your human brain and using AI, then there would be an era where it's all machine and all robot. We will not be able to tell that what is the right use case that where human has to intervene, and there could be a disruption in a bad sense where human can protect such scenario to happen. So this is why I would be saying that where it is a very complex problem, make sure that human intervention is very critical to understand what is that we want. How do we want to do this? Yes, for preliminary intelligence research work, use AI. For doing this testing or gathering feedback, automating the feedback analysis and the recommendation to tell what can be those top 3 things that customer wants to see to drive customer satisfaction experience. All these are good, but when it comes to typical taking decision making, human needs to be there. So don't use AI in everything. You will be inviting a bad problem to be, then you will not be needed, and it would be all machines and the agents who are working. So with that, I will go to Pratik. Pratik, I think you talked about the data driven analysis, and I'm not going to deep dive more on this, but I will want to understand how does the omni channel integration happens and what role AI plays here.
Thank you for asking this question. And this is my favorite topic, guys. In the entire world, if I have to choose anything to speak for a day, I can speak for it. This is my best topic to do that, but I'll hold my horses there. But I think to understand omnichannel, I think, and even to delve deep into it, the first thing that is extremely or important or quintessential is to have a centralized customer view. Omnichannel, the core of omnichannel is to provide a seamless, integrated experience to the customers. And you can't do that if you know the customer and where are they shopping from. Whether they shop from your retail stores, whether they shop from your e-commerce channels, whether they come across multiple platforms on market, like social medias, Google Ads. Where are they touching your product? Where are they coming across it? So having a unified customer view or understanding of that, their touch points is extremely important, right? Now, once you have identified them, right, then you can start your entire journey of customization. You can start by personalizing their journeys and recommendations. I'll start with an example so that you can understand what I'm trying to come through. Assume a customer came across a product on your e-commerce site, right? And somehow they went to the PDP and moved out. They didn't buy the product. Now what happens? How can I target that customer? A, the customer didn't like the product. B, customer didn't wanted a complimentary product but couldn't get it. What as a retailer or e-tailer I can do? I can send a promotion or a communication to the customer directly into the emails, SMSs, or if the customer using my app as push notifications or pop-ups for relevant or the complementary products. First way that usual folks do, right? I can create a complementary recommendation to the customer in the same session for that cohort of products or different set of products. Now let me go crazy on that. If the customer comes to your store next time, let the store assistant tell the customer that, sir or ma'am, you have seen this product on e-commerce channel. Do you want to buy it from my store? The other ones, if next time customer goes to Facebook, Instagram, Google, show them the same kind of products. That's an omni experience that the customer wants. The next part is, today, if a customer goes to a store and doesn't find the product, can customer buy my product online? The other way around, if the customer sees the product on e-commerce, can the customer buy the product on retail stores? Can customer, how much of my pricing, promotion strategies, and my communications are streamlined across all my channels? I sell across 5 different platforms. I sell on Amazon, on my platform, on social medias. How is it streamlined? So it comes across multiple facets. It comes across channel integration that I mentioned. How can I tune my pricing, promotion, communication across every channel that I send? How can I fulfill from my outlet? If I am selling as Landmark Group, we have 800 plus stores in GCC. Can I use my stores as a fulfillment network? That reduces my cost by 20%. So can I streamline the entire journey or all the touch point? Essence is every touch point that the customer comes across, starting from a billboard on the road to the retail store. Can I customize and streamline my communication across all of them? That's what omnichannel means, and that's what we are doing.
Great. Thank you so much, guys. We have 2 more minutes. I think we would keep the conversation going, but I would love to see, because audience is asking a lot of questions. Audience, you can unmute yourself and ask questions, or if you think that you want to put it on the chat, please put. I think Vipin, there was one question. I'm not sure whether you have answered that. Just check. And also there is a feedback poll is coming. I would really request that please, answer that. I think Vipin, if you can see, there is a question related to, I think some of the tools or, some of the sites that someone was asking.
Okay, some of the things what we use is like I can only name whatever is available in the public domain. That is Amazon Q. But anything beyond that, maybe I will not be able to name it at this point of time.
Got it.
How do you understand?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think that's fine. Let me see. Okay, if audience, if you have some more question, go ahead and ask. Otherwise, I have a few questions that has been submitted by audience while they were filling up this form for this product management conclave. And if I go to the last one, what are the challenges in AI implementation? Anyone would like to answer from the speakers? Anyone would like to answer quick one? What are the challenges in AI implementation?
Yeah, I can take that up.
Go ahead, Abhishek. Yeah, and please go ahead.
Okay, so I'm sure there are like different vertical perspectives to this, like which vertical you are trying to implement AI in will have its own set of challenges, but very broadly across many verticals, what will always be true? I think the first challenge with AI implementation is finding the right use case where AI really works. Like instead of starting off, we need to do something using AI, we need to start using that, okay, this is a problem that we need to solve and maybe AI can help here. So I think finding the use case is the first one. Once you sort out that, then I think rest of the playbook is widely available. Like identifying the right infrastructure, identifying the right LLM models, ML engineers to actually optimize some stuff. All of that is available in so many ways, shapes and forms today. Like out of the box, it is coming from big companies like Salesforce, ServiceNow. All of the enterprise products are coming with AI. Even Zoom is coming with enterprise level AI. So all of the products nowadays will have AI layer to it. So whatever you want to automate, you can integrate, you can do it. But I think the biggest problem is like the human is the challenge in this process. So for us to identify like which use cases we need to solve using AI, that is where most of the companies are struggling.
Totally. I think Vipin and Abhijit, you both wanted to go ahead.
It's very crucial to say where not to use AI as well, right? AI becoming that buzzword today. Is being appended to anything and everything today, right? Especially taking some examples in the banking space. Something like transactions or fee posting, which is a simple calculation, right? Basic mathematical operations will never be augmented or will never be different with AI. That will continue to exist. So, strongly agree to Abhishek's point that you really have to figure out where we need not do AI.
Totally. Yeah. Vipin, to you. And I think we with
Yeah,
that close it. Yeah. Go ahead, please.
yeah, sure. One thing like we need to understand a year back or year and a half back, we had that fear like AI is just a buzzword, it will go away. Now we have reached on a level where we have to embrace it, and it's going to be the driver of business. On the other side, right, at least in a business that is more focused on the humans, the population, like customer service. Amazon has too many associates, and the goal is like when you want to, let's say, move to 50% reduction in handling context through humans, there will be the loss of jobs, right? But in this whole scenario, when AI is moving around, and it's you cannot throw it away, right? So what you need to do as an individual is you need to look at the opportunities, you need to upskill yourself. All this, not just the customer service associates, but the people managing them, operations manager, to whole hierarchy will go for a toss. With the changing landscape, I think one thing what everybody might need to focus at this point of time is you need to cross-train yourself, you need to upskill yourself and embrace for the change. It's going to be there, it's going to stay for long, and it's better you adapt to it and embrace it, tune yourself for the next big thing what you want to take as a career or a bet.
Right. I think Mahant has a question, and I think Pratik, you also want to add. Go ahead, Mahant. We will just take one quick question, and yes, go ahead. You are muted, Mahant. Please unmute yourself. Kavya, can you unmute Mahant in case he has any problem?
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, Mahant. Go ahead. Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. So I have multiple questions, so I'll come back to that. Just one question right now for in the interest of the time. So to do any particular job, in fact, I'm more into IoT embedded side and that stuff, but however, I try to develop some website to get started with the app, with the SaaS and all, with the minimal knowledge of coding in that area. So there are like tens of tools, that are available right now, which are, driven by AI at the moment. Just to give you an example, it all started from Gamma, then there is a Rollout, there is a Bold, there is a Cloud, there is Lovable now, and so how do we know? I mean, unless we try them and then say that, okay, this is good in this is good in this, which takes a lot of a time, is there a cut short way which is more effective to say, or any sites, any pointers to say that this tool is best suited for this? I hope I was able to put my question across.
Vipin, you
Thanks,
have
thanks,
some experience with
thanks.
IoT and even all the other speakers. Please feel free to add, Pratik, if you need.
Thanks, man,
Yeah.
for asking this. I think start, people touched upon this point, right? But if I'll start with the first question, right? How do you understand what do you have an AI for this, right? If you first, but what Abhishek mentioned, right? The first principles thinking is very important. First, you have to understand what is the pain point. Whatever comes in the world, first principle, second principle thinking will still stay consistent. If there is a problem, and if you are able to identify at least 5 whys to it or 10 whys to it, you are done for the first part. Now, once you have identified, you need to understand what do you need. You need a workflow. Is it a workflow problem? Is it a generative AI problem? Is it a qualitative data problem, or it is something that you want to solve just because it's broadly unsolved in the entire world? So you don't know whether somebody has solved it or not. If you really don't know the tools, there's a website called there's an AI for everything. It gives you recommendations for anything that you want to solve, right? You go to that website, search what's the problem. It will give you 5 open LLMs for that, right? So that's the first part. So now you can you can plug any of them for your use. Whether they would work or not, I think they also don't know, to be very honest. There are so many tools. Now, if it's a workflow problem, then there are separate tools. If it's a work related things, right, that you just want to do it, workflow problem, there are tools, Gamma for presentation. There is no one way that I don't think anyone can tell that this problem is solved by Claude best or Grok best or Perplexity best or ChatGPT best. What we can tell is if it's a thinking problem, maybe Perplexity solves this best. If it's a summary problem or a contextual problem, some other website solves best. But who will give the best result, as you know, right? If I ask and you have the same question to Perplexity, it will give different answers. There's no same answer to same question. That's how AI works. So nobody can tell which will give you historically the best answer. The third part of the problem, you are exploring tools, coding, you are exploring quick prototyping, you are doing trying to get your hands on few of the latest trends, right? What people call prompt engineering. There are tools to do it. There are tools like Bolt, there are tools like Versal who can help you do it. But even if you do it, it will go into a hyperloop of problems. There will be code errors. Can any one of the tools give you results for the errors? No. I personally am telling, because while building some tools to quick prototyping, I have taken a snapshot of the error to Claude's output to Grok, and then solve the problem. So there is no one way to solve it. So if you're looking for a silver spoon or a golden spoon, I don't think it exists. You can have a booklet or a recommendation of things which people can provide, but ultimately it's a journey. All of us are evolving. Some are 1 year ahead, 2 years ahead, some are 5 years ahead. And the sweetness of it will only come once you have taken it. It will not come. It will just, nobody can hand it over to you. But once you do it for 1 year, you will have your template to solve it. The template is customized.
Perfect. I think Abhishek, you wanted to add something. We don't have time, but yeah, quick one if you want to, and then.
No, I think it's fairly covered in Pratik's point,
Okay,
so
okay,
we
nice.
can go ahead.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Just wanted to have a quick close note. You all asked for what are the tools, so I have put a few tools. You actually need multiple tools to do things together, and that is why we have another topic that we can discuss maybe in another month from now. AI agents and agentic AI, and how different product lifecycle management and the use cases that we can talk about. We may take it up in the June or July, based on the interest. If you really want us to share our expertise or what the key trends that's going on in the market. And currently, there will be, more than 150 million jobs that will be created with AI, whereas 92 million jobs will be displaced. But still, there would be a very net positive job growth in the human landscape, provided you learn these AI skills and know where to use. Start doing the experiments today, at least start the journey with AI, get better every day. There are many free tools that you should do, but be very careful providing your private data. Do go through the privacy policy that AI tool has. Don't give your biometrics or financial data or your picture, your identity. You don't know where things are getting leaked and what kind of breaches you will be doing. If you are using from the working space like office space, don't use, if it is not permitted, those tools in your office workspace, please don't use it in your very, very confined frame, like your personal laptop, or do things small, but do things carefully with caution. With that, we come to an end to this product management conclave. I really hope that you all have heard from various industries experts, and the questions that you had, it has got answered. If it has not and you still have more questions, we have those LinkedIn profiles. Please get in touch and ask questions. Thank you so much. I hope it is a fruitful Saturday morning, and you really take these key takeaways with you. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.
Awesome. Thank you so much, folks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank
Thanks
you.
all the speakers having your dedicated time for this conclave. It really means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.